Hey fellow beaders, it's JP and today is Wild Wednesday. And what wild bead am I using today? I am using the Rountrio. It's a faceted Rountrio from Potomac Bead Company. They had sent these to me a year ago. I had made I think one tutorial using Rountrio, so here's another tutorial with those. And I actually had a lot of fun. This is a fairly simple bracelet to make. It's a good beginner's project, and I think it came out really nice. So it's one of these that'll make up quick, and you can make them in a bunch of different colors and give them away as gifts or just make them for yourself. What you're gonna need. So my bracelet is 6 inches for my wrist, so you'll have to should adjust accordingly. If you need a longer bracelet, you'll need a little bit more. But for a 6-inch bracelet, you're going to need 9 Rountrio beads. And the ones I'm using here are the Crystal Capri Gold. You're going to need 24 4mm bicones. And in this case, you can substitute fire polish. I wouldn't go with the rondelles, but definitely fire polish will work really well. You will also need 32 Super Duo beads, and I am using the same color, pretty close. These are gold. They're kind of half gold and half clear Super Duos. And you'll need 11 beads that I have over here. In addition, I've got 2 jump rings, one for my lobster claw hair, and then one for the lobster claw to hook onto. Now, one other thing I can tell you is if you guys don't have the Rountrios and it's a little bit out of your budget right now, you can use a 6mm fire polish and it should work the same way. The holes are big enough that you'll be able to go through the holes multiple times and it'll work. I wouldn't recommend anything smaller. You'll definitely need a 6mm bead. And you should get the same look. But if you can get the Rountриos, I recommend the Rountриos. They're actually a lot of fun to work with. Okay, well, let's get started. To begin, what you're going to do is go through one of the outer holes of the Rountrio. So Rountриos have 3 holes, as you know, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you guys can see that too well. There we go. 1, 2, 3. So you just want to pick the outer hole. Doesn't matter which one. So you've gone through it. Now you're going to go back through it again. And don't worry, this thread isn't going to show. It's going to get covered up. Just like so. And that kind of gives it, it's going to stay in place now. And then pick up 7 11 beads. And go back through that same hole again. And that's your loop for the clasp. Go through all the beads again to reinforce. So I'm going to take this tail that I have here and I'm going to go ahead and tie a square knot before I continue. And this will allow me to pull the knot into the hole of this Rountrio. So, okay, there it is. And I'm just going to go back into this hole again. And I'm going to do one more reinforcement loop before I continue. I'm going to make sure my clasp is going to stay put and not fall apart on me, because I like to wear my bracelets that I make. So all I did was go through the seed beads. I haven't done anything new yet. So back through this hole. So at this point your thread is going to be very secure, and this loop here is going to be also very secure. Now what you're going to do is go into the middle hole of this Rountrio. So I don't know if you guys can see that. It's the thread is coming out of this middle hole. And we're going to then go into this last hole, this third hole, the left hole in this case. Just like so. Then you pick up two 11-0 beads, a super duo, a bicone, super duo, and two 11-0 beads. So here's what you should have so far. Two 11-0, super duo, bicone, super duo, two 11-0s. Bring those all the way down. Pick up a Rountrio and go into one of the outer holes. Like so. And then you pick up the same thing from before. So two 11-0s, super duo, bicone, super duo, and two 11-0s. Go back through this outer hole of our first Rountrio, and you're going to make the circle. And that's what you should have so far. I'm just going to turn the work a little bit this way so it's facing up. I'm going to work upward, and what I'm doing here is just going to reinforce my circle. Go through the Rountrio and then through the rest of the beads again. This is actually going to just make this whole bracelet feel a lot more secure. Then we're back through that last hole of this Rountrio here. Then we want to come out of this Rountrio. So I'm just going to go back up. Through as many beads as I can. So I think I can get through all of them. Or at least all of those anyway. I'm going up into the Rountrio only. Make sure you're giving your thread a good tug. Everything should be tight. You're going to pick up three 11-0 beads. And actually, before you do that, you want to turn and go through the middle hole of this Rountrio. So I'm coming now out of the center hole. Then pick up 3 11-0 beads and go through the top hole of the super duo. And that's what you should have. Then pick up an 11-0 bicone 11-0 and go through the next super duo, the top hole of it. And then 3 11-0s, and you're going to go through the middle hole of this round trio here. Just like that. Pick up 3 11-0s, go into the top hole of these super duos now. Pick up an 11-0, and then you're going to go into the spy cone over here. And this will pull the piece together. Pick up another 11-0 and go into the top hole of the fourth super duo. Then pick up 3 11-0 beads, and you're just going to go back into the middle hole of your round trio. And this pulls everything together nicely, and you get this nice three-dimensional shape. You can go ahead and reinforce this if you'd like. So I'm going to go back up and around through all these beads. And so here's the first set of beads that I went through. Then go down. Make sure you're not skipping any beads, because then you'll end up with a thread will tug in weird places. So just be sure you didn't skip anything. So take your time with this. This actually will make up very quickly. This is a fairly quick bracelet. And go through the 3 11-0s, super duo, and then the 11-0 and the bicone. And make sure you're going in the right direction so you don't lose track of which side you were on. Go through the round trio. This is the middle hole. And then just flip up into this last hole of the round trio. Like so. And there's our piece. And now we're just set up to continue repeating the same thing that we did. So in this case, you're going to start picking up 2 11-0s, a super duo, your bicone, a super duo, 2 11-0s, bring those down, pick up a round trio and go through the outer hole. Then again, pick up 2 11-0s, a super duo, bicone, super duo, 2 11-0s, and you're going back through your previous round trio. And we have the same base. And you want to reinforce this. So I'm just going to flip this and quickly reinforce this. Now that I've reinforced it, I'm going to go back up and I want to come out of my round trio up there. So I'm going to go back up through these beads once again. The 2 11-0s, the round trio, you're going to go into the middle hole of the round trio. So, and that's the middle. Now you pick up 3 11-0s and you go into the top hole of the super duo. You pick up an 11-0, a bicone, and an 11-0. You go into the next super duo, the top hole. Pick up 3 11-0s. Go into the middle hole of the round trio. Now you're going to pick up 3 11-0s and go into the super duo over here. Pick up 1 11-0 and you're going to pull this bicone over towards you and go through it. So I just turn the work a little bit so that I'm going up. Just like that. Hold on to the piece, pick up an 11-0 and go into this last super duo. Ew, this pesky tail is driving me crazy. But it's driving you guys crazy. So one of the things you want to watch out for is that you don't accidentally turn the work and end up putting the bicone on this side, and then this is the base. You don't want to do that accidentally. You want to make sure that they're all in the same direction, because it's really easy to do that and you're not paying attention. So otherwise the bracelet's not going to sit on your wrist very well. So we're going to finish this up with picking up 3 11-0 beads and going into that middle hole of this round trio here. Give it a nice tug, and there should be no slack in your thread, and there's what you should get. Now go ahead and reinforce this. So go back through all the beads. So I've reinforced. Now I'm going to come out of the 3rd hole on this round trio. Just like that. Then pick up 2 11-0s, super duo, bicone, super duo, 2 11-0s, pick up another round trio, and to make sure you're in the outer hole, pick up 2 11-0s, super duo, bicone, super duo, 2 11-0s, bring those down and go back through the previous round trio. All right, you guys are set up, and I think you know what to do next. You're going to reinforce, and then you add that top portion, and we're good to go. So keep going until you've reached your desired length. Once you've made the last unit that you need, and so you're here, and I haven't reinforced this top portion yet. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is go into this last hole, pick up 7 of my 11-0 beads, and I'm going to go back around, and that makes that loop for the clasp. I'm going to go ahead and reinforce that. So I'll probably go through this a couple times. And do it once more. Now what you want to do is go back into the middle hole of this round trio and go back through and reinforce this piece is what I'm going to do. But I'm also going to tie 1/2-inch knots as I go. So and make sure everything is really tight, and go ahead and tie a 1/2-inch knot here at the bicone. So I'm just making a loop around the thread between the bicone and the 11-0, and then going through that loop and then going into the bicone. This will pull the knot into the bicone, and I'm going to go through the next few beads. I'm coming out of this super duo here. And I'm going to go through the 11-0s here. There's 3 of them. I'm going to tie a knot between my 11-0s and my round trio, and then pull the knot into the Rountrio and make sure you get it right in the right spot. So as you can see, I'm actually between the two 11-0s, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to loosen that a little. There. Go through the Rountrio. So I've got 2 knots, and what I'm going to do is just go through all these beads. So I'm going to go through my 3 11-0s. The super duo, the next 11-0, the bicone if I can, and I did. Then the next 11-0, super duos, and the last 3 of my 11-0s. Tie my third half-hitch knot. And go through the middle hole. And then go ahead and reinforce this one more time if you want, or actually you have to go through the third hole first and then reinforce. And this allows you to kind of weave your thread away a little bit. So I'm just going through these last 3 11-0s here. Back into the Rountrio, and then flipping over into the middle hole. And I'm done. So I got my 3 knots, I weaved them away, and I'm just gonna cut the thread. I'm going to grab my jump rings, open them up, add my clasp, and then feed the ring here into this loop, and then close it. And then repeat on the other side. I open the ring, close, and there is the bracelet. Well, I hope you guys like this tutorial and enjoy making the bracelet. See you next time.